government is the largest employer. Government is the largest buyer. Government is largest anything. So if we're talking about cashless and stuff like that, I don't see any reason why pension cannot be paid on that card. But then that's just me and MasterCard. But we need to look at it from perspectives of other countries in the world. I have to say this. Last night I was on the website of, I think it's the UK Government Procurement Service, and they were talking about. They started this program, I believe, in 2009 or 2010, when they started looking at government purchases and looking at how they could reduce it. So they came up with some tools, and one of the tools was a government procurement card. So they said, if you're making frequent, high volume, and low value transactions, think of using a procurement card. So they have 6 suppliers. Out of the 6 suppliers, 3 issue MasterCard. Thank you. But I was looking, but more importantly like that, I was just joking there, but it's true, 3 people do use MasterCard. I was looking at one county, I think it was the West Sussex County, that said, because of the cards that they're using, it happens to be a MasterCard, by the way, they have saved 30% of their costs in administering invoices because they've gone cashless. That's the kind of thing we're thinking about. South Africa, SASSA, and that will be the last thing I say unless you ask me any questions there. SASSA pays out benefits to, I don't know, right now I think they have 22 million benefits beneficiaries registered now. MasterCard has issued 10 million cards in South Africa for the SASSA card. Why? Because they realized that they had fraud. Everywhere where there's social benefits, there's fraud. Anywhere in the world, mention it. You can only mitigate it, okay? Then they had inefficient cost expense, stuff like that. So they decided, let's go electronic and let's do biometric confirmation so that I know, the government knows that I am the one collecting the benefit. So they collected people's information, issued them with a debit card every month. Instead of the long queues, money is paid directly into their account. Before my money is paid, I have to go and show proof of life. I just go and give my biometric information in different places around South Africa. So they know, Omoke is alive. At the end of this month, credit Omoke's account. I don't need to talk to anybody. No queues. I get my money. I go and spend it. ATMs, POSs. Guess what happened? At first, when people got that card and started using it, people first went straight to ATM. So ATM versus POS transactions, high. Last month, it's a 50-50 split. People that were not, at least 10 million people that were not in the financial system previously, they're not all educated. Got a card, it was well advertised, was well managed, started acting like you and I that have been in the financial system for a while. That is the power of electronic payments. That's what we're hoping will happen with the national
identity card.
And
that's the future for Nigeria.
Yes, hopefully. That's what we're hoping the future will be.
Fantastic. I've enjoyed listening to her. She's on the program. Thank you very much, Omoke.
Thank you. Thank you.
We'll be right back. That was a fantastic discussion. I'm sure you were as fascinated as I was with the ideas and the perspectives that Omoke shared with us. I totally endorse the future of electronic payments. The cost of cash, as she mentioned, based on our own independent research, is phenomenal. And like she mentioned, it facilitates corruption and much of these other abuses, money laundering, crime, all of them thrive on cash. We must make cashless work, but the system must provide the infrastructure to make it work and the customer service to make Nigerians enjoy the experience. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.
fun, inspiration, and knowledge. That's what you get from readers, writers, publishers, and the entire book world. Get some interesting reviews, events, interviews, and latest updates from the book world. The channel's book club, inspiring you one page at a time.
Hello and welcome to News Track. I'm Ayotunde Balogun. Here are top stories at this hour. It appears the executive arm of government and the judiciary may be set on a collision course if the warning by the Chief Justice of the Federation is anything to go by. Justice Miriam Aluma Mukhtar has declared that all arms of government must abide by the spirit and principle of separation of powers. This is coming as the controversy rages over the move by the executive arm of government to fix the tenure of heads of agencies in the judiciary. Justice Aluma Mukhtar insisted that only the National Judicial Council is constitutionally empowered to deal with issues of administration and policies for the nation's judiciary. The Chief Justice was speaking at the swearing-in ceremony for 17 new senior advocates of Nigeria. On the National Human Rights Commission, the NHRC says it is launching a probe into last week's gun battle in Abuja between security agents and the suspected members of the Boko Haram sect. About 9 persons were said to have been killed, with no fewer than 12 persons arrested during a raid by the combined team of soldiers and the Department of State Security, the DSS, in an uncompleted building in Abuja believed to have been inhabited by suspected terrorists. Residents around the area said the uncompleted building where the attack took place was inhabited by homeless artisans and petty traders who couldn't afford the high rent in Abuja, the FCT. Now, the NHRC alleges that the military and the DSS are trying to cover up the extrajudicial killing in the FCT by planting arms in the building to justify the official claim that it was a Boko Haram's ammunition dump. As part of the NHRC investigation into the controversial incident, the agency says its officials will be interviewing all witnesses and residents of the area as citizens overwhelmed by the ordeals of the survivors, who are now asking the security agencies to come clean about what truly happened at the scene of the attack. We're in Oyo State now, where the governor has dissolved his entire executive council. The dismissal of all commissioners, special assistants and advisors takes immediate effect at the end of today's council meeting. Governor Abiola Ajimobi, who announced the sack in a statement, attributed his decision to a need to bring in fresh hands to provide improved service. The governor said there was the need to inject fresh blood into the administration in the quest to serve the state and the